So an exchange is basically a form of a relationship between two planets. Okay, it is a relationship between two planets. So who can tell me the ruler of number two?
Venus?
Correct. And who is the ruler of number eight?
Mars.
Correct. What do you see here? What you see here is basically a form of an exchange where Venus and Mars are they're sitting in each other's houses. Does it make sense?
Yes, reverse, yes.
Reverse, well, basically what you're seeing here is an exchange where Mars is sitting in Venus's house and Venus is sitting in Mars's house. Why is exchange such a big deal or such a major topic? Because every time you see an exchange, okay, every time you see an exchange, you can also pretty much picture the other planet also sitting along with Venus. Basically, there's an invisible Mars sitting next to Venus, and there's an invisible Venus sitting in the second house. Because there is a relationship between Mars and Venus in this chart, they're sitting in each other's houses, they are also exchanging energy. Because they're exchanging energy with each other, you can also imagine or picture Venus also sitting along with Mars, and Mars also sitting here in the eighth house along with Venus. Does this make sense? Let's do another example. It is a little complicated one, but I just wanted to throw it in today. Let's do another one. Do you see an exchange here? Do you see an exchange in this chart? Is Mercury sitting in Mars's sign?
There is an exchange. Oh
Th-
no, yeah, sorry, I'm wrong. Yeah, there is.
There is. Can this person, okay, my question to you is, can this person study, can this person study religion?
Yes, because it is in the 12th house.
Well, it's a little technical and it's a little complicated, but keep in mind, I'm trying to connect the fifth house and the ninth house. Okay? So this is for the senior astrologers in here. Do you see a connection between the fifth house and the ninth house? And remember, there's an invisible Mars sitting in the second house, and there's an invisible Mercury sitting in the 12th house. Can this person study religion? Do you see a connection between the 5th and the 9th? My hint to you is picture an invisible Mars sitting in the second house. And remember Mars's aspects. What are Mars's aspects? Anyone remember Mars's aspects?
Looking at the chart, it's 4, 7, and 8.
Perfect.
Yeah. 478.
So if Mars is sitting in the second house, where is it looking at with its 5th aspect? Sorry, with its 4th aspect, my bad. I just gave you the answer as to what house it's looking in.
I know you
Imagine,
just said
Fifth house.
9.
So invisible Mars in house 2 is aspecting house 5.
correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And where is it looking at with its 8th aspect?
House number
9.
House number 9, which is what? Higher learning?
Yeah.
Is
And
it
religion.
religion,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So he can study religion.
Perfect. Now here's a little advanced topic. Say someone's Mars was active. During Mars's time period, which is actually dynamic astrology, but we're not gonna go into when and how Mars has become active. But say this person's Mars becomes active. Can you tell this person that during his Mars time period, he will be traveling to a foreign country to do his post-secondary education? This person is going to travel to a foreign country to complete or to do his post-secondary education during Mars's time period.
My guess is yes. Just because it's aspecting the 9th house as well. And if it's active, it's also active, like the 12th house is also active, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely, you're right.
Okay.
So when an exchange occurs, when an exchange is activated, you have to take both Marses into account. First, the visible Mars and the invisible Mars. So let's see what the visible Mars is doing. Mars is sitting in the 12th house. Okay. Which is also the house of foreign lands or foreign country. It's aspecting the 3rd house of relocation. Correct? The
Yep.
3rd house with its 4th aspect. Is it aspecting the 3rd house with its 4th aspect?
All right.
So we see foreign country, and we see relocation. Now focus on the invisible Mars, which is sitting in the 2nd house. It's aspecting the 5th house of studies, or education. It's aspecting the 9th house of higher education. What houses have come into play during Mars's time period? 3, 5, 9, and 12. 3rd house, travel, relocation. 5th house, education. 9th house, higher education. 12th house, foreign country. Say this person comes to you and asks you that I'm trying to apply for a visa for Australia, okay, which is probably not a big deal for Canadians, but say someone from a completely different country comes to you and their Mars time period is not active yet. And they've come to you and they're telling you that I'm trying to become a student. I'm trying to apply for a student visa in Australia or Canada or the States. And you see that their Mars time period is becoming or getting active in the next 2 years. What do you tell them? You tell them that right now is not the time. But if and when you try to apply for a visa and try to become a student in a foreign country, when your Mars is active, you will get the support and it will work out. Get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Can this person do a job in a foreign country? This person comes to you on his or her Mars time period is not active yet, and he's come to you and he's asking you that he wants to apply for a visa and he's trying to move to a different country and work in a different country. He wants to open up a business in a foreign country. But things are not working out. And you see that his Mars time period is going to start to operate in the next 6 months. You tell them to wait another 6 months and try again in 6 months, and it will work out. And why will it work out? Because Mars is sitting in the 12th house of foreign countries, aspecting the 6th house of job, and also aspecting the 7th house of business. So when he tries to apply for a visa, what's visa? Is visa a form of documentation?
Yes.
Is Mars aspecting the 3rd house of documentation?
Yeah.
Is Mars aspecting the 6th house of services and jobs? Yes, it
Yes.
is. His Mars time period is getting active in the next 5 to 6 months. You tell him you're wasting your time trying to execute your plan right now, but if you try in the next 5 to 6 months, it will work out. Why? Because Mars will be supporting you. Right now is not the right time.
Okay, just a follow-up question from that. Um, how do we know when, for example, in this case, when Mars will be active, like in 6 months?
It's dynamic. It's
Is there another chart?